What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including highlights from Double or Nothing and NXT Battleground, as we look at the news of a pay-per-view injury update, as Jeff Hardy's scary Botch, who will be Gunther's next opponent, an injured WWE superstar returning to Raw, Tony Khan and Goldberg share a very close relationship, big news for an AEW couple, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new channel, Wrestlelamia Shorts. Now let's see the intro and get straight into our first story. First story looks at a wrestling fans weekend. Atop of today's news is the wild weekend wrestling fans had this weekend. There were 4 big events, including Impact's Under Siege pay-per-view, the WWE's Night of Champions and NXT Battleground, as well as AEW's Double or Nothing pay-per-view. We won't be doing the good, the bad and the downright ugly, but just a quick recap of the 2 events, including some news. First, Double or Nothing highlights. AEW's annual pay-per-view featured turns, burns and title swaps over the course of 11 matches. First, Takeshita turned heel when he attacked the Elite during the Anarchy in the Arena match, joining the Blackpool Combat Club. As for burns, an irate Chris Jericho threw a fireball at a hapless AEW staffer following Jericho's loss to Adam Cole. Finally, there were 2 title changes at the pay-per-view, both involving the Women's Championships, Chris Statlander making a surprise return, defeating Jade Cargill for the TBS Championship after Cargill issued an open challenge following a win over Taya Valkyrie. Now, AEW doesn't have long before its next pay-per-view, Forbidden Door, so expect to see some immediate build-up beginning this week. Next up, a pay-per-view injury update, as Jeff Hardy had a scary landing. Now, you may have heard reports of injuries at last weekend's various wrestling events, including MJF and Jeff Hardy. MJF looked to have injured his forearm during his successful AEW World Championship defense, with the Salt of the Earth showing up a bandaged arm during Double or Nothing's media scrum, and of course complaining that no one was talking about how he might be hurt. However, PW Insider Elite is reporting that MJF's forearm isn't broken and he won't be missing any time. As for Jeff Hardy, he had a scary landing, as Dave Meltzer commented on the Wrestling Observer Radio that it looked like Jeff may have been hurt during his trios match. I think Jeff may have hurt his knee, because right before the spot where he fell off the ropes, I thought that he had hurt his knee. Then he climbed up the ropes right afterwards and just fell off the ropes, and that was it. And then he laid on the ground for a long period of time, and then he came back and he did the finish. There's no confirmation on whether Jeff was hurt, but we will continue monitoring this story. Next up, NXT Battleground highlights. The WWE aired Battleground directly against Double or Nothing, booking a loaded show including a last man standing match between Ilya Dragunov and Dijak, an NXT Championship match between champion Carmelo Hayes and former champion Bron Breakker, as well as a match between Tiffany Stratton and Lara Valkyrie to determine the new NXT Women's Champion. Stratton picked up the win and her first gold in WWE. This was the only title change at the event, but it marked a milestone according to Twitter account Queens of Wrestling. It's official, whoever walks out of NXT Battleground with the NXT Women's Championship will become the 100th woman in history to win a championship, who will join the 99 other women and cement their legacy in WWE history. Congrats to Tiffany Stratton on her big win. Next up, change coming to the AEW's women's division. There's some major changes coming to AEW's women's division. Fightful Select noted recently that there looked to be a major shift in the AEW women's division and American women's wrestling in general. The Patreon site referred to recent developments such as Asuka capturing the Raw Women's Championship, Zoe Stark's big push, and Chris Statlander defeated Jade Cargill for the TBS Championship. Add in Tiffany Stratton capturing the NXT Women's Championship, and there's been no lack of change in terms of women's championships. As we've noted before, AEW's women's division has finally established itself as something worth checking out. The promotion has brought in some top tier performers as well as seen some homegrown stars develop into main eventers. Now it's merely a matter of booking them well. As for Chris Statlander snapping Jade Cargill's undefeated streak and capturing the TBS Championship, Fightful reports, Statlander has been planned as a person to take the TBS title from Jade Cargill for quite some time, dating back to at least several weeks we've learned, and that there's more than meets the eye. Fightful has learned that Jade Cargill is slated to take some time off soon, if not immediately, before returning to the ring with a personality shift down the road. And no word on whether this personality shift reflects a babyface turn or a new gimmick. Statlander, who recently returned from injury, is a good candidate for defeating Jade, but having her do so in an impromptu match seems like an anticlimactic way of snapping Cargill's winning ways. Next up, Roman Reigns will be defeating CM Punk's reign. Now, Roman Reigns isn't on TV every week, and it's obvious that he won't be putting his belt on the line in the next 2 weeks, as he's just 14 days away from overtaking CM Punk's WWE Championship reign of 434 days. Do you think WWE are trying to erase Punk's record in this way? How long do you think Roman Reigns will be WWE Champion for? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, Tony Khan reveals talks with Bill Goldberg. Is Bill Goldberg going to work in AEW? While that remains to be seen, AEW President Tony Khan revealed that he's spoken with the wrestling legend. Khan discussed this during the Double or Nothing post-show media scrum, saying, "It wouldn't be that unusual. I've talked to Bill when he's not been under contract at times, and I've had a good relationship with Bill. I've had a good conversation with him, but I've had a lot of great conversations with Bill. His family has done a lot of great things in Jacksonville. He's related to the Wilson family, who built the Wilson Children's Hospital in Jacksonville." There's been speculation about dollar bills showing up in AEW ever since the WWE didn't renew Goldberg's contract. Adding insult to injury was a story that WWE reportedly denied Goldberg a retirement match despite the WWE allegedly promising one. This has led to talk among fans that AEW might hold a retirement match for Goldberg at AEW's upcoming All In Stadium show. Tony went on the show and how he's mastered the art of savvy promoter in being able to discuss the subject without letting anything slip. "Bill is a great former football star. I worked in football and it's a big part of my life. We have a lot in common and we have a lot of mutual friends, and I have a really good relationship with Bill. I like him a lot. As to what I've talked to him about, I would say that's just between the two of us. It was a good chat. I like Bill a lot. He's a great guy." Do you think Goldberg will appear in AEW? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, who is Gunther's next opponent? Now the Intercontinental Champion Gunther has fought off the challenger Mustafa Ali, who does the WWE have in mind to challenge the General? Well, according to the Twitter account Best Wrestling Experience, Matt Riddle is next in line. However, the site did not state when Riddle will challenge Gunther. Next up, injured Raw star returning to action. Is Tommaso Ciampa finally returning to in-ring action? Ciampa has been out ever since undergoing hip surgery last October, but now PW Insider is reporting that Tommaso is in Albany, New York. Raw takes place in Albany tonight, and there's speculation he might even appear on TV. You may recall the rumors that Ciampa could join Johnny Gargano and company in Johnny Wrestling's faction, The Way. Next up is AEW getting paid for Collision. Is Warner Brothers Discovery paying AEW for its new Saturday night show Collision? Khan discussed this after Double or Nothing, saying, "Yes, we're definitely being paid for Collision and being paid very well. Yes, in addition to Dynamite and Rampage, we got a new contract. It's more money, but it's the same length of time. I was very excited about it. It was a great opportunity for us. It's certainly very expensive to produce a 2-hour live TV show, and on the weekend doing it every week is not going to be cheap, but it's going to be great." While it may seem obvious that AEW would get paid for the new 2-hour show, fans may recall that WCW released its 2-hour show Thunder back in 1998. However, as Eric Bischoff has reminded fans, TBS did not pay WCW for the show, which not only added to WCW's budget, but in some fans' mind, diluted the WCW brand. Khan went on to say, "It was a great opportunity for the company to get more revenue, to do more TV, but also grow another brand in addition to what we do with Dynamite and Rampage. It'll be added production costs, and now we're not producing Dark and Elevation, so there's some cost saving there. There'll be increased costs, but it'll also definitely increase revenue through not only the ticket sales and the merch sales, but through license fees that we're making because of an incremental change, increasing our compensation for Collision." And finally, big news for Sammy Guevara and Tay Melo. And last but not least, congrats to Sammy Guevara and Tay Melo on their big announcement. While Guevara didn't capture the AEW World Championship in the 4 Pillars match, he and his beautiful bride revealed that they're starting a family. Sammy and Tay used Guevara's cue card gimmick to inform the fans, who responded with much happiness. We send our well wishes to Sammy and Tay as they start this new chapter in their lives. But there you have it, folks, the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave a comment down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.